In this video, we're going to look at how to find all of the solutions, including potentially complex solutions to higher order polynomials. So that's cubics and quartics. Let's have a look at how we do this. So let's start with this one. Show that 3 is a solution of this cubic equation, and hence find the other two solutions. So to show that 3 is a solution, we're just going to sub it in and check it's equal to 0. So that's going to be 3 cubed minus 6 times 3 squared plus 13 times 3 minus 12. We're just checking this is indeed equal to 0. So 3 cubed is 27, 3 squared is 9, times 6 is 54, 13 times 3 is 39, and minus 12. And yes, if you check this, it is indeed 0, and therefore 3 is a solution. So we want to find the others now. And the way we're going to do that is by recognizing that if 3 is a solution, then z minus 3 is a factor. So I can just use some division now. I'm going to use grid method division. You can use long division for this as well, if you like, to divide this cubic by z minus 3. So if you're not familiar with what I'm doing here, you can just use long division, and that will work fine. So for those who do know this, you'll know that I'm trying to get my cubic to appear inside the grid, and I want z minus 3 times some quadratic up here to equal this cubic. So my cubic term has to be here, so that's z cubed, meaning it's going to be z squared here, because z squared times z is z cubed. So z squared times minus 3 is minus 3z squared, but I'm aiming for minus 6z squared, so I need another minus 3z squared here. So z times minus 3z in order to get that here. Minus 3z times minus 3 is 9z, but I need 13z, so I need another 4z here. Z times 4 gets me 4z, and 4 times minus 3 is minus 12, and that's a little check that it is indeed a factor. So what I know is that the full cubic factorizes as z minus 3 times z squared minus 3z plus 4. Now, I want to be solving when that's equal to 0. I already know that this one gave me the z equals 3 solution, so all that's left to solve is z squared minus 3z plus 4 equals 0. And of course you can solve this using completing the square or the quadratic formula, but I'm just going to use my calculator to solve this. To do that, just go to Menu, scroll down to Equations and Function Solver, Polynomial, degree 2, and it's 1 z squared minus 3z plus 4. Okay, they're giving it an x, but we know it's z really. And here are my solutions. It's 3 plus root 7i over 2 and 3 minus root 7i over 2. So my other two solutions are just that. Z equals 3 plus or minus root 7i all over 2. And there are my two other solutions. Okay, let's look at a slightly harder one. So we've got a different cubic here. F of z equals z cubed plus 2z squared minus 3z plus 20. Now, given that z minus 1 plus 2i is a factor, then fully factorize f of z and hence solve f of z equals 0. So here's the thing, if that's a factor, what's the root? Well, it's going to be useful to rewrite this as z minus and put the whole complex number inside a bracket. So minus 1 to get the minus 1, and minus 2i to get the plus 2i. So it's a slightly awkward way of writing it, but it allows me to see that the factor, or the root here, is 1 minus 2i. And if 1 minus 2i is a factor, so is 1 plus 2i. So is its conjugate. So another factor is z minus 1 plus 2i. So what I can do now is just expand this, and I'll have a quadratic factor with real coefficients. So z times z, that one's easy enough, that's z squared. Now the next one is just going to be the sum of these two numbers. That's how I find the coefficient of z. So if I add these two together, I've got minus 1 and minus another 1, so that's minus 2. And I've got minus minus, so plus 2i, and minus 2i, and they cancel. So it's just minus 2z. That's the coefficient of z, it's just minus 2. Now the constant at the end is the product of these two. So the negatives cancel, and it's just 1 minus 2i times 1 plus 2i. So in reality I would probably do this on the calculator, but 1 minus 2i and 1 plus 2i, when you multiply those, 1 times 1 is 1, 1 times 2i is 2i, but that immediately cancels with negative 2i times 1, and you're left with just negative 2i times 2i, which is plus 4. So we have a plus 5 here. So that's a quadratic factor of this cubic. Now the only thing that's left must be a linear factor, because quadratic times linear equals cubic. So what does it have to be? Well, we could do a full grid or long division, but a nice little trick is if you know this is a factor already, then you know there's simply a linear factor here. Well, z squared times what gets you z cubed? Well, z, so that was easy. And then look at this term at the end, 20. How did we get that? It must have been 5 times 4. So really quick way to find that final linear factor. Now you can go through and check all the others to check they all work, but this is a nice quick way to get there. Okay, there it is fully factorised. Now I just want to solve when this is equal to 0. So I already know that one factor is 1 minus 2i, or 1 root rather, is 1 minus 2i. Another one is its conjugate, 1 plus 2i. And then finally, from this one here, if z plus 4 is a factor, then negative 4 is going to be a root. So there are the three solutions to this. And of course we can check that on the calculator too. Just go to Menu, down to Equation Solver. It's a polynomial, degree 3, and it's 1z cubed plus 2z minus plus 2z squared minus 3z plus 20, and you can just check. Yep, minus 4, we had that. 1 plus 2i, and 1 minus 2i. So a nice little check there. Okay, last question. Here's a quartic equation. Now, given that z plus 3i is a solution to f of z equals 0, find the solutions to f of z equals 0. So same kind of trick as before. If z plus 3i is a solution, then one of the linear factors is z minus 1 plus 3i. But then so must its conjugate be as well. So z minus 1 minus 3i. So let's expand this just so we have a quadratic factor. So I get z squared at the start. So then it's going to be the sum of these two factors. So that's minus 1 minus another 1, so minus 2 so far. And then minus 3i and minus minus, so plus 3i, so they cancel. So it's just minus 2z. Now that will always be the case. When you add two conjugates together, the imaginary parts will always cancel. Similarly, when you multiply them, when you multiply these negatives cancel. You've got 1 times 1, all the imaginary stuff cancels, and you've got 3i times negative 3i, which is positive 9. So we end up with positive 10 here. Okay, so there's one quadratic factor. Now, we could do a giant grid method division, right? Do that quartic equation divided by that quadratic, and then we'd find the other quadratic factor. But I'm going to give you a shortcut. So this is what I would actually do if I was trying to solve this. I would write down one quadratic factor, and then I would think, well, what must the other one be? Well, I need a leading coefficient of 2, 2z to the 4. So that must be from 2z squared here. Z squared times 2z squared is 4z to the 4. Not sure about the z term, I'll come back to that, but I do know that the last term, well, I need a minus 10 here. Well, it must be therefore a minus 1. because minus 1 times minus 10 is minus 10. Now, the only tricky one is the one in the middle. So we can find that just by using a little bit of algebra. If I just put plus, and then you can just make up a letter, I'm going to put PZ here. The only thing I need to find out is what P is, and I can do that by comparing coefficients, and I can do that on any of these terms. For example, let's think about the Z cubed term. How did we get Z cubed when we expanded this? Well, it would have been Z squared times PZ, so I would have had PZ cubed. And the other way I could get it is by doing minus 2Z times 2Z squared, so that's minus 4Z cubed. And there are no more Z cubes because if I multiply this 10 by anything in here, I don't get a cube. So what I know is that the cubes I get when I expand this are PZ cubed minus 4Z cubed, and that must be equal to the number of Z cubes here, which is minus 3Z cubed. So getting rid of those Z cubes, we get P minus 4 is equal to minus 3, and that means that P is 1. So I need to then just say what this is then. So I know now that this is Z squared minus 2Z plus 10, and I now know that this is 2Z squared plus 1Z, so just plus Z minus 1. So if I want to find all the solutions, well, I already know that 1 plus 3Z and 1 minus 3Z are two solutions. To find the remaining solutions, I just need to solve 2Z squared plus Z minus 1 equals 0. And I'm just going to get that from my calculator, polynomial degree 2, 2Z squared plus 1Z minus 1, and the solutions are a half and minus 1. So in total what I've got is Z is a half, minus 1, and the two complex solutions as well. So 1 plus 3i and 1 minus 3i, and these are the four solutions of that Quartic equation.